probably seen these bumper stickers before. And this is spiritual realm stuff, you see. Again, if you're not familiar with my channel or my videos, check out some of my stuff and you'll see that these are the kind of things I'm trying to show you. These are the things I'm trying to expose. But we are dealing with spiritual realm type stuff. We are dealing with a spiritual battle, okay? So this whole idea here of coexist, you know, it's all one God, so it doesn't really matter what you follow. That's the idea, and we see this perpetuated all the time in media, all the time. You know, it's all just, you know, let's just all get along. It's all the same thing. But we're seeing a meshing right now of Islam and Christianity, and it's called Chrislam, okay? And you're seeing this all over the place, at least I am. Robert Schuller is a false prophet. He is a TV preacher. You've probably heard of him, all right? So he's real big into this. Robert Schuller is one of the ministers out there, the preachers on TV that's pushing this idea, and Rick Warren is another one that's pushing this idea of Chrislam. So, you know, do a little search sometime on Rick Warren Chrislam. Okay, he's a very popular preacher, big buddies with Oprah. Okay, so all these people are in it together. It's all part of this New Age movement, this idea of a new world order and a new world religion. Okay, we're right on the verge, you guys. I mean, it's coming. And you will see this. This generation will see this happen. Okay, so Chrislam is on the rise. Right there's Christianity Today, worshiping Jesus in the mosque. All right. And here's another one. First Church of Chrislam. Today's message: move over, Jesus. Muhammad's coming in. Here's another one. First Chrislamic Congregation, baptisms, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce that word, but you get the idea. Okay. So Chrislam, this is a combination of Islam and Christianity, and it's on the way. It's on the way. Okay, now what does this have to do with the guillotines? Well, in the Bible, if you're familiar with it, and even if you're not, do a little research and check this stuff out for yourself. But in Revelations, it talks about this one world government, this one world religion, and that if you don't accept the mark of the beast, we're going to get to some of that too, that you will be beheaded, okay? So again, I'm not the first person out here to make this connection. A lot of other people have made this connection as well. Beheading, all right? You see this right here. Behead those who insult Islam. This is a common theme in the radical side of Islam. Behead those who insult Islam, all right? And right here's Rick Warren, the false prophet. There's not just one false prophet. There's not just one Antichrist type figure. There's a lot of false prophets, a lot of false teachers, and a lot of fake Christs. Okay, so here's Rick Warren right here pushing Chrislam. Okay, so again, guys, do a little research on this because it's coming, and I believe that Chrislam could very well be the one world religion that is we're right on the verge of. Okay, and the beheadings, as you can see, that goes back to the stuff with the guillotines. All right, it's on the way. A few more connections to Islam. Here's some pretty common ones that most of you know, and if you don't, you should check this out. This is Obama's ring he wears on his wedding ring finger. He's worn for years. And again, research this for yourself. There is no God except Allah, is what that says on his ring. And again, this isn't just some crazy conspiracy kook just throwing this idea out there. This was even covered many times in some mainstream sources. So check that out, okay? It's Obama and his connection to Islam and his connection to being a Muslim, okay? And right here you can see these are trinkets that he carries in his pocket, all right? And they represent several different religions. This goes back to the idea of coexist, of course, right? So is it all just a coincidence? You decide. I don't think so. Here's another one with Obama. That's his Mason ring. There's the Freemason ring that Obama's wearing, and that's the square and compass. Okay, so you can check that out as well. We know the Masons / Illuminati, the higher order at least. These are the true controllers of this world. Again, do some research on this if you're not familiar with that subject. Here's a quote from Audacity of Hope, and that's the book supposed to be the autobiography of Obama. It says, "I will stand with the Muslims should the political winds shift in any ugly direction." And there's a closer picture of all these weird little trinkets he carries around in his pocket all the time. You know, and again, guys, you know, this isn't, again, some crazy conspiracy kook stuff. This isn't tinfoil hat stuff, okay? I know for a long time, mainstream media pushed the idea that, you know, if you dared question Obama or where he came from, you know, you're a birther, you're a weird tea Party person, you're a crazy conservative. You know, they try to lock you back into that false left-right paradigm. But again, plenty of information on this stuff. Obama is... he's a sham. He's a scam. He's not the real deal. I know that's hard for people to understand and get. You know, everyone wants to be safe in this world and think, oh, everything's going to be cool, man. You know, he's the president. You know, it's a good thing. You know, I mean, he's meant to be there. It's all right. You know, I mean, if he wasn't the real deal, we would know. Look, research this, okay? He's covered up all of his records for a reason. Where did this guy come from? The whole thing. Now, this video is not just about that. But like I said, if you want to find the information, it's out there on Obama, so just do some looking. Here's a few more connections to the rise of Islam, radical Islam here in America. This one's pretty interesting too. That's the Kaaba. That's in Islam, major religious area for the Islamic faith. These right here in the back are minarets. You'll find this a lot of the time in Islamic religious architecture. Okay. Now we go here, there's the Kaaba right there, and then, hey, there's the 9/11 Memorial, another Kaaba, okay? And we go right here, there's even a mosque now. They built a mosque at Ground Zero. There's another picture of a minaret. Now here's the really interesting one. What's that right there? Well, that's another minaret. But where is that going? Right here on the One World Freedom Tower, all right? Now, I'm not the first one to find this out. If you're not familiar with Jonathan Kleck, he's done a pretty amazing video on this, so check that out. But they put a minaret at the top of this thing, all right? Essentially, this is the new Tower of Babel, all right? So you can check that out for yourself. So those are just a few connections to the rise of radical Islam here in America, okay? Now, we're going to get into something else here, and this also goes back to biblical prophecy. Many of you guys already know about this, but it's the RFID chip, the mark of the beast. And I'm telling you now to mark my words, you will see this. This generation is going to see this stuff come. I'm not a date setter. I don't know when. But again, guys, do your own research on this. This is very real. The RFID chip is there. And now that you're watching this video, if this is new to you, you're going to start seeing this information all around you more and more. Much like when, you know, you go buy a new car, and you see this new car, and you're like, well, no one else has this car, and you buy the car, and once you get it, you start seeing your car. Trying to open your eyes and open your mind, and once you do, like I said, you're going to start seeing this information all around you. I see stuff on RFID constantly, and the idea of the mark of the beast, of course, is that, you know, you'll have to accept it. And if you don't, then, well, you're going to get your head chopped off. Again, this is all biblical prophecy stuff, so you can check that out as well. It's the RFID chip again. And boom, there again. It's take it in the hand, you take it. I thought it was pretty interesting. You probably saw this story if you didn't check it out. But you got these guys that chopped the head, or allegedly chopped the head off of a police officer out in England. And these were some radical Muslims doing that. And of course it made like worldwide news. It was a big deal, and these are supposed to be his blood-covered hands. So whether it actually happened or whether it was a psyop, either way, it was huge news and it was big. And again, it just kind of falls back into that idea that we're starting to see more and more of this idea of beheadings. Okay, one world religion could very well be Chrislam. So guys, thanks again for checking out the video. Thanks for all the views, the messages, the subs, the likes. Thanks for the information. A lot of you send me some great ideas. I wish I could make videos about everything you send me. I just don't have the time, and I'm usually working on, I'm like 3 or 4 videos behind already, the stuff I want to do. But anyway, still keep sending it, okay guys? I read everything. Sorry if I can't get back to everybody, but I try. There you go, guys. Chrislam, New World Order on the way, New World Religion, very close. Be prepared, keep aware, and thanks again, y'all. Take care.